Hey, it's Mike with Serr.biz, search engine ranking rules, Serr.biz. And today we're going to have a quick look at schema.org markup as well as Open Graph markup. So what is it? What is schema markup and what is Open Graph? Both are little bits of code that get added to the code of your website. You never actually see it, but it's there and it's important to be there. The reason schema in particular is very important is one, Google really likes schema markup. It helps them classify and index your website. Additionally, when you have schema properly implemented on your website, you can get better search appearances in Google. Let's go take a look. So over here on Google search results, we quickly just did a search for pizza dough recipe because I knew pizza dough recipe would produce some results that have the specialized appearances that I was just talking about that are caused by having good schema on your website. And specifically right here, see, let's just take a look at this first listing. Best pizza dough recipe, sugar, fun, run. And notice how the ratings of all the people who have voted on that particular recipe, that particular article, is showing up right here. That's created through schema.org markup that you put onto your website. If you don't have it, you're guaranteed never to have a little bit of ratings on the search results. Additionally, they have schema markup throughout their site, and these other pages, these site links as they're called, are showing up. Technically speaking, you don't have to have schema to rank in the search engines. However, pretty much all the top players do have schema. And if you don't have schema, these pretty much are never going to show up for you. So that's a good reason to have schema.org markup in your website. It's another place to just give more information about your page in a format that Google really likes so that they can understand your page and rank it. Now, regarding Open Graph tags are specifically designed for Facebook and Facebook properties. It's very similar to your standard title tag and your meta description tag, etc. It's just that when you use the Open Graph tag, you're specifically telling Facebook what the title is, the description, and the link and the image that you want to be seen when someone shares a link to your website over in Facebook, etc. So that's all that it is. It's important though, even though it doesn't directly impact your search engine optimization. Google does not read that information and use it as part of how they're going to rank you in the search engines. At least that's according to Google's official status. Wink, wink. My opinion is it's just really good. One, just on the social side of things, right? So you're going to get people are going to share your pages. You're going to get a nice image, nice description. You're going to control your branding. People are going to click it, like it, share it themselves, link to it. It's a good way to get more traffic to your site and get more backlinks. But officially, Google says they do not use it. It's just good to have. Now, how do you implement it? Well, that gets to be a little trickier. Open Graph's not so bad. Most content management systems, the templates, auto-generate Open Graph data. However, schema.org data often is not part of the content management systems out of the box. You're going to probably have to implement some type of plugin for your website. I know WordPress, you can get Open Graph and schema markup plugins. I think Yoast does it. On Joomla, there's a handful of them that will do it. The one hosted content solution that I know of that does have some schema functionality is Duda. Duda by default has your basic local business profile schema markup, and it also has FAQ markup. If you want additional schema markup for like articles or videos, etc., they have an upgrade that you can get. And again, the nice thing about Duda is you don't have to mess around with actually doing the plugins and dealing with software. It's just kind of an on or off type function, paid for or not. And if you don't want to pay for it, but you still want it over on Schema or over on Duda, there's a function where you can just add custom code. So you could go to any number of free schema markup generators, generate your code, copy paste it, go back over to your Duda site and paste it in. And we'll get into that a little bit more further on in this tutorial. But right now, what's important is that you know that you need it and you want it, and that you can get it. But now the final question is, do you want to do it, or do you want your webmaster to do it? And if you don't know if you already have it or not, there's a couple of links in the description below that you can use to just test your site. You can test it for schema markup. When you run the test, it'll tell you if there's schema on there, and it'll also tell you if it's valid or not. Because like I said, schema, it gets a little bit complicated, and it's pretty easy to cause an error if it's not done right. And if you do see an error, you can just go back and fix it. Anyway, don't want to go too much further with it other than you want it, you need it, you want to test your site with the links below to see if you have schema, and you want to test your site to see if you have Open Graph. And if you don't have those, then you want to find out how to implement them on your site and or hire an expert for some help. All right, next up, we're going to talk about XML sitemaps and Google Search Console. Thanks for watching. My name is Mike. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I'll answer as soon as possible. Thanks. Bye.